Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for February 4, 2023, the Pope Fights Corruption Edition. Our first story comes to us from the AP News, and frankly, this is the first story I've come across where Pope Francis has publicly denounced corruption. Well, he did so in Kinshasa, Congo, where he led Congo's young people in a rousing denunciation of political corruption, turning an otherwise scripted event and meeting into a rally that shook the capital's sports stadiums. Francis was repeatedly interrupted as the people in the stadium took up his call to say no to corruption and turned it into a demand for Congo's president not to run for a second term. So when the Pope comes out against corruption, you know something's on. Next up from Law 360, unfortunately behind a paywall, but in absolutely zero surprise, the FTC has voted not to recuse its chairman, Lena from participating in its challenge against the company formerly known as Facebook. The FTC issued the order after Meta petitioned to have contract refusal. You got to give Facebook credit when they go scorched earth. Sherman's march to the sea really's got nothing on them. So expect more fireworks. Next up from Bloomberg, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has begun pressing disgraced former CEO from the Trump organization, I should say convicted felon, Alan Weisselberg, to flip on Donald Trump as part of his accelerating investigation of alleged wrongdoing by the former president during his 2016 campaign. Prosecutors have advised Weisselberg that unless he cooperates, they are preparing to file new charges against him for insurance fraud. So Weisselberg's life is going to get much more interesting. And our final story today comes to us from Reuters. U.S. prosecutors probe Silver Capital Corp's dealings with FTX and Alameda Research. Prosecutors in the DOJ's fraud section are involved in the criminal probe of the crypto-focused bank's dealings. Scrutiny of Silvergate has been mounting in the wake of FTX's collapse. They have contacted FTX regarding its dealings. They've contacted Silvergate regarding its dealings with FTX. So it looks like the probe is widening out. Hopefully your company didn't have anything to do with FTX, but if you did, you had better get ready. So today is Saturday, and I want to wish everyone a very happy weekend and safe weekend. It's now 1 week and counting to Super Sunday, so we're all getting ready for our national day of worship in America, the Super Bowl.
The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.